Because his point is this, so we can be clear about what he means by salesmanship, because nobody's ever talked about the art and science of salesmanship except for, I don't know, maybe like Anthony Robbins or something. Is that guy's name? Tony Robbins? Anthony Robbins, right? Or like some of those types of people, like, you know, I guess there's definitely like some of that comes out of also like the landmark forum kind of stuff and that thing. But the art and science of salesmanship, what he's basically saying is that when you get real with the fact that you're buying, you're selling yourself, and you're bought and sold, and your hidden agenda is depending on the hidden agenda is how cheap you're willing to sell yourself. When we get with that, we actually can use the art and science of salesmanship to not have to sell anymore. So this is where the complexity of the thing happens, because then the radiant body starts to, so once you get the hidden agenda kind of like a little bit, then the radiant body can get a little bit more space, and then you aren't hustling. You know, he often gave teachings about not hustling, and that wasn't the way that the Aquarian age was going to work. But the only way that we can not hustle is if we first recognize the parts of us that are always hustling for attention, for, validation, for whatever, because that's part of the hidden agenda. And his whole thing is, we wouldn't be writing our names on, like, it's such a hilarious human activity that, like, we have to write our name on the, like, bathroom wall. It's, like, such a need to be seen, right? The game in this planet, those who have duality of pretentious personality and real personality. So he talks a lot about, in this lecture, pretentious personality, which is a part of the hidden agenda. And the reason I think I love that word pretentious, and I think the reason he used it was that the hidden agenda is not hidden to anyone else but you. So you know how it's very obvious when someone's pretentious. It's not hidden at all, right? But a lot of times when to the person who's pretentious, it's, very hidden. They don't see themselves like that at all. So the duality of the pretentious personality and the real personality has not found the sanctioning personality. Look up that word, sanction. Behind the individual's personality shall always be the hunt. This is the hustle. He says, as the limbic, the primal part of us are hunters. We're hustlers. That's how we stayed alive. So behind the individual's personality shall always be the hunt, and then that hunt is connected to a haunting thought. And the haunting thought is to hunt. 2 words. There is no third in our nature. Hunt and haunt. Our nature is to hunt, and our haunting thought is to hunt. We are bewitched by this haunting thought to hunt because it comes from our insecurity. We have no experience with totality of God. We have no experience with totality of love, because love is an experience of oneself within oneself. Love is not an experience with another person. Love is an experience not even with your soul. Love is to know the totality of your sanctioning authority, which gave you the soul, mind, and body for the time and the space. Sanctioning authority. I really like that. What does sanctioning mean?
Official permission or approval for an action.
Your sanctioned personality. Yeah. So, because love is an experience of oneself within oneself. Love is not an experience with another person. Love is experienced not even with your soul. Love is to know the totality of your sanctioning authority, which gave you the soul, the mind, and the body for, I'm going to put this word in, use in time and space. For you to use. But so part of the kind of neurology of a leader and a trailblazer in the Aquarian age is your sanctioning authority. And like I've been saying a lot, nobody is more, it's not because people are more educated, people are more skilled, people are more unique, people are more creative, that something happens to them that isn't happening for you. The only difference between them and you is sanctioning authority, confidence. You've given yourself the permission to deliver the legacy. Yeah.
Sanctioning has an alternative definition. So trade sanctions, for example, like we sanction a run, we're now limiting those trade, or eliminating those trade sanctions. Those are like, those are limits, those are punishments, those are limits on trade. So it's not just approval, it's approval very specifically with limits.
Well, that's exactly. Sanctioning to me, my connotation of sanctioning is basically you have command over what it is that you're presenting and moving through time and space with, which gives you authority. Right, so similar to that, that you're commanding the inflow and the outflow, which is when we do sanctions on you're commanding the inflow and the outflow, but it's very hard to do that. You can't drive the bus when the insecurity, the hunt of the haunting thought, which is the basic primal insecurity, which is always I'm not good enough, always. Some version of I'm not good enough, or there's something wrong with me. So like, how dare I think I could give my gifts in any way or do the thing, or, it's always that. Does anybody have the haunting thought that is not that?
It could also be other people's anxieties or impressions infiltrating you.
No. It's yours. Sorry. Yeah, they can have theirs, but it's yours. Now, you might have picked it up in your mother's womb. You might have picked up some mirror neuron of it, but it's now. Yeah. Do we get that? Because this stuff's thick, So I'm just showing you. Well, I'm giving you an example of how I do Dharma study. This is how I go through these. This stuff's very thick, right? And this is just, we're gonna go through this lecture this weekend together, because this is just one, lecture that we're going through right now in the salesmanship course. Does that sound good? Now, this is really interesting. In yourself, you always know when your pretension doesn't work. This is what Trungpa calls the thinginess, which is the starfish on your face, that everybody can see the starfish on your face, but you can't see the starfish on your face, but there's something off. In yourself, you always know when your pretension doesn't work, and your intention is not to be you. Your intention is to project by pretension to penetrate. Have you met anyone like that? Do you know what I'm talking? Did you understand that? Your intention is to project your pretension personality to penetrate. So that's your power move. You're going to use your pretension personality is what he calls it, or your pretentious personality. You're going to use that, and it's that's how you're throwing your weight around, is through your pretentious personality. Okay, and people get far with this, but they find themselves strangely unfulfilled. Have you had that happen to you? Where it's you can throw your weight around, and we're powerful people. You can get a lot done through your pretentious personality. That's the issue. But we're yogis, and we want legacy. We want fulfillment. We want true success. So what we do is our intention is to project by pretension to penetrate, to get what we want. We could put it that way, penetrate. That's your pretension. And when many pretensions don't work, then you become hypertensious. Not only have you a pressure of economic, social, household, wife, children, neighbors, government, politics, affairs, Wall Street Journal, and all that, now you have your own blood pressure, hypertension. And it's called hypertension. If you pay not attention to your inner salvation or sanctioning identity, you will have all the problems in the world. Do you know how epidemic hypertension is? Especially with like type A personality people?